Hello and welcome to the Crafty Little Gem, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based here in the UK, and today we are going to be making this 5 tea light showpiece. This will be good on your table for Christmas or even for New Year, I think. We are going to be just making the tallest one today. I have pre-made these and the measurements for these will be in the description bar below. However, the score lines will be exactly the same. It's just the height that's different. They are a little box. The tea light does stay in the top with the box as well. If you want to make them smaller, whatever you cut off the bottom, cut off the top. Then obviously cut the same amount off your DSP. You will need 5 tea lights, and all you do is flip this open and you can turn one on like so. You will need a die cutting machine for this. I'm going to turn this off because I don't want the batteries to run out, because I may give this to somebody. And there we go, there's the tea light gone. So I do want to save the batteries. However, I'm going to do the tutorial for one of these in this one. I'm going to do the tutorial for the case, the little basket, in a different one. So I don't want each one to be too long. And what we're actually going to do first of all is create ourselves a little template. And this is so we can cut this out of this top bit here. So first of all, what you're going to need is a 1 5/8 by 1 5/8 square of scrap. Then what you're going to do is you can fold it, so you can fold it in half that way and then in half that way. That will give you a centre point. Pop your die in this centre point, or if you've got a punch that will reach into the middle, use that for your tea light. I have just got this little die that I've got with a set of something else that I'm using, and that measures, I want to say, ½ inch. It measures ½ inch. Okay, so that is for the tea light thing to go in. I am going to have this just at the top of my screen here. This is for some of my class ladies who are just learning their 1/16 of an inch, because on the bottom bit you will need it. So first of all, we are going to start with a piece of the largest. So you need one piece that is 7 by 8 1/4. This is going to be your top bit, your lid. You need one piece that is 6 3/4 by 6 7/8. So it's right on the end there. And then you need these of what I call the candle holder pieces. You'll need 5 of these, cut at 3 by 3. So this one's quite easy because I can get the bigger scoreboard out. And with this, all we are doing is on the 3 by 3, we are doing 3/4 of an inch on all 4 sides. So that's what you're going to sit your candle in. This is the outside, so this is the larger bit that is 8 1/4 by 7. And what we need to do is, on the 7-inch side, we are going to score at 1 5/8, 3 1/4, 4 7/8, and 6 1/2. And then you're going to turn it either way, doesn't matter, and you are going to score at ½ inch and 2 1/8, like so. We'll get that folded and done first, because for the next one, the smaller piece, you will need your trimmer. So with this one, we're just going to come in and fold on all 4 sides. And where's my snips? I'm going to come in with my snips and I'm just going to cut into that middle, and then I'm actually going to rotate so all 4 sides are the same. Like so. I just want to get this one glued and out the way because we want it secure for when we put it inside. So what we're actually going to do, where are you? You're there. We're actually going to put the glue on the inside of each one of those, and then we are bringing the side up and then folding that in so it actually joins on the outside, because you're not going to see that bit. But you want this done and out the way first. I don't cut these top bits because I make sure it just lines up with that top, but if you want to give it a wedge in, you can. And then the last one will literally just fold over, like so, and you have a little 3/4 inch tab which it will hold itself in. This is the lid. We are going to fold and burnish all of these score lines. Like so. And then what we are actually going to do is this is the top bit where we're actually going to cut our little hole. So we're actually going to take this rectangle away and this one away. These two are going to become the side tabs. So I am just going and I'm cutting the score line away. Oh, I haven't cut that bit off, have I? I need to go down there. And I want my other scissors. So we're going to cut down this one. And we're going to cut down this one. And I'm just going to remove that score line from that middle. I'm going to fold that up. Like so. So then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to bring my trimmer in. I'm going to fold this middle bit underneath. And I'm actually going to have 1/2 inch. So my score line is there and this is touching this edge. This has gone off here. Okay. And all I'm going to do is cut them straight across. I have then got 2 that are exactly the same size. So when we fold it round and they fold in, they don't join in the middle because the little candle wick is going to be in the top and that is going to fold over. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to round off these corners. I'm going to grab my square that we created and I'm going to pop that on top, and then I'm actually going to put my die that I used in the middle and I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. So I'll do that and then I will pop back. Hello, so we are back. I have die cut this out, and because I've used the paper and then the die in there to go through, this has cut but it just needs popping out. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to line up our DSP. And I have got this did have it in a pattern. I know I did. And then I've messed it all up. That looks like it goes that way, doesn't it? Nope. Anywho, we're going to get these stuck on. It doesn't really matter if they line up or not. If you need to take your time and do it, then please do. I think I've got a bit more, so right. I'm just going to stick those down like so. Okay, so these, the DSP measures 1.5 by 6. So all the DSP will measure 1.5 across. It's just the length that will change in size. Let's crack open another Tombow. So we're going to pop these down. Remember, you're just doing it in the longer section like so. You're only really going to see one of these sides at a time anyway, so it really doesn't matter. And the last one, I'm going to pop that one on the end and leave the 1/2 inch tab that we have there. What we're going to do before we actually pop it together, I'm going to make 2 little notches, and I want them in the side pieces, and we are having them at the bottom. So I've got one there and I've got one there. These can be as big or as small as you like. I don't actually know the measurement of this one. This is about 3/4 inch on that one, and that's just in my stash. So now all we're going to do is we're going to glue this box down first. So just on one side, you're going to pop the glue on. You're working on this side first, and you're taking it up to this score line at the top. So you then want to work on the left hand side. Pop a little bit on the top as well, and then you can actually wrap that and wrap that, and you can make sure it lines up with the top of this free edge. And you're concentrating on sticking the box to the inside of that one. We're going to have a little bit of liquid glue on there, and then straight away I'm just putting some down that side so I can bring that in. And as I'm gluing this top bit down and then lining up, all the way down this joining edge. Turn it onto the front and make sure that is secure. Pop them in and fold, and then just make sure that tucks into that top bit there, and you do want it secure. If it doesn't, just come and don't trim a lot off, because you don't want it popping up. That wants to go underneath that box, I think. and that is in like so. So just keep trimming and make sure that edge is right. So that's the top, that's going to be the middle. So now we are going to create the bottom box. Move all those out of the way, and what you will need is your 6 3/4 by 6 7/8. By 6 7/8, and this on the 6 3/4 side, so they'll all be 6 3/4. The top ones will all be 7. It's just the height that will change. So on this, I'm going to bring my stylus out, and on the 6 3/4 side, check that I've got that 6 3/4. You're doing 1 9/16. So 9/16 is there, so it's 1 after the half. Though we are working, there's the half, there's the 9/16. We are doing 3 1/8, so your 1/8 is there after your inch mark. 4 11/16, so the 11/16 are here after the 5/8, so we are doing 4, then taking it to the half, the next one, the quarter, and it's 1 after the 5/8. What am I doing? 2 before the 3/4. Come on, Gemma. Why am I finding this hard? Half, 9, 5, 11, there. And then 6 1/4, which is right there on our trimmers. So again, we are left with a 1/2 inch on this side. Again, it doesn't matter which way you turn it, but on this side you're doing 1 9/16. So it's, there's your half, there's your 9/16. It's 1 after your half. That's going to be your base. Again, all the measurements will be in the description bar below. This is just how we will be putting it together. And you can add more boxes, you can take boxes away. You could do a letter on each box spelling Noel or Joy. It's just your base afterwards would be a different size. So I'm going to take that wedge off there. Again, this is the bottom. So then I'm going to create this one as a side. That one is going to be the front. The next one is going to be a side. And we're going to take that up there. So the ones that we've got wedges out of are actually the sides. I'm going to fold that over, add some liquid glue up that side, and we can slip my finger in the glue, squidge it down, fold it, and squidge it down. So my join's there, that's going to be my back. I'm going to fold the back in first because it will cover the full bit of the square. Add liquid glue on the last 3 panels, and then we can just fold them in from the right to the left and the front. So that will become the front of my box. And that is that. So as you can see, that is quite a lot shorter than that, but remember you've got your 3/4 of an inch box at the top. So then you can just pop that in and it fits perfectly. there. So that is how you make your boxes. So we're going to decorate up, and I have got a topper all ready. This is the one I'm using. I am using the Countryside Corners dies, which I absolutely love at the minute, and this topper is for is from the Very Best Occasions, and that's that one. That's the one that I used on the other one. However, you could just do 3, so you could just have 3 and then do Joy. You could have 4 or the same, or up and down and do Noel. It's entirely up to you. But what I'm going to do is, while they are sat there, I have already laid up my cherry cobbler with some foam pads, and I want it to sit about there, because remember, we're having the bottom bit there. So I've just got some foam bits that are in my stash, and I've just put one straight in the middle, and I'm just doing some either side of that. Get my fingers to where they are, and I can move them away now, knowing that there's no tape on the back either side, and they will slot in and out as they need to. So I'll take them ones out, and this is the tray. They will all fit in that tray really nicely. So thank you, hope you enjoyed that. The measurements, everything will be in the description bar below. The next tutorial I'll put up straight after will be for the bottom holder box. Thank you ever so much, everybody, and I shall see you next time. Bye bye for now.